It's not a full sketchbook tour, it's just a baby one. So after, like, in the last couple of weeks, my PC kind of sort of threw a tantrum, and my SSD, my C drive, it died. It just keeled over. So I was without my PC for like 2 weeks, roughly, and I pretty much just fixed it. So I thought I would take you along on like a little mini sketchbook tour, because I was attached at the hip to this thing. And yeah, I've been using my tabs. I've been actually putting them in instead of doing it later. I've got a cute little like flowery one. So I thought I would take you for that, because there's a lot of pages. So it kind of sort of started here. I was, this was like the day beforehand, and then I was, whoa, this is kind of wild because we got like the lighting for my plants. Actually, I might just scooch on over. I was really sick at the very beginning of this week. Everything was just going wrong. I spent a lot of time in bed. I think I had gastritis. I think that's the term for what I had. I wasn't entirely certain, but I was genuinely so sick that I was as pale as like the white part of my hair at one point. It was not a great few days. These are all the things that I was trying to plan like schedule wise, because I had some leftover content that I could schedule, as well as some stuff in my sketchbook that I ended up turning into like posts on Instagram, because I don't want to lose like my little streak of finally actually regaining followers on Instagram and finally getting like the engagement again. I've been working hard for this, okay? For like a past month and a half, 2 months at this point, I was posting regularly, and I didn't want to lose that streak. So I was trying to figure out how to go about that, like reels, and I had to try and figure out a lot of different bits and bobs. I had to figure out how to fix my PC, because it was on the blue screen of death, which is not great. Yeah, I still need to call the GP about my anxiety. Yeah, because I'm losing my mind, and I think it would be smart to actually try and deal with that. I decided that I want to be the kind of person who asks for help, and I need to actually stick to that. So, yeah, these were like my side quests for one of the days. I have in fact since bleached my hair, so that one can be ticked now. Yeah, I was so sick. I was watching like Star vs. the Forces of Evil for like nostalgia, and I forgot how absolutely batshit insane this show was. The jokes are kind of wild, dude, like, goddamn. But yeah, I ended up drawing like my room whilst I was lying down, so this was like my perspective of everything, and I just think it came out really cool. I'm really happy with how this turned out. I continued to try and like fix my PC situation, but it wasn't going great, so I doodled this. Yeah, I was also kind of attached to my laptop. I was watching a lot of shows. It was just the C drive that died. Now it's fixed, and we got a new C drive, so it's fine. I checked out that series, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, because a friend of mine was talking about it, and she was watching it, and I was like, oh, what if I checked it out? I've got, nothing else to do that I can thing, so I decided to sit down and I watched it, and I really actually quite like the costume design. There's a few moments where I think the color grading is more like my level than a professional level, because my color grading I don't think is very professional, and I could see the issues with it. Like, some of the shadows weren't like actually black shadows, they were colored, which I don't know if that was the intended aesthetic, but some of that didn't quite hit. But I love, what's her name, like Emma something. I love the actress, so as far as I'm concerned, it was still great. Yeah, Emma Myers, that's her name, I think. I was trying to get her likeness. I didn't really succeed at it, but I kind of realized that I feel like she looks like a real life version of Coraline. I don't know, it's just that adorable like round face with like the sharp like sharp short bob. It'd be interesting to see. I mean, I don't want a live remake of of it, but if she ever were to do like a cosplay or something, she would kill it, like, there is no doubt. My partner is planning a West March campaign now that a lot of us are moving away because university is over, and it's pirate themed. If you don't know what a West March is, I'm not the person to explain to you what that is, but it's a Mithras West March. So Mithras is a tabletop RPG system. I don't know how to explain this if you don't know. I'm not the person. Look it up. Trust me, it's really cool and interesting, and my partner has been lusting over Mithras for like maybe the better part of a year. So this has been long awaited. And I decided to try and make my character. I've never played an elf, alright? But I wanted to have some folk magic, so I decided, hey, instead of making them human, what if I made them an elf? And this is just some early little concept art. This is like some of the stuff of what he's written for some of the like local cultures. My character is gonna be from Casbon, which is just, look at the baby version. This is an old man. We'll figure him out. And they use, I don't know how you say this correctly, but this is the weapon. Yeah, I was trying to figure out what kind of armor to give them, because Mithras is a system where your characters can and most likely will die at some point. So I want to try and keep this one alive because they feel like a lot more fun. This is it's very much like a character that I can have a lot of fun with and play with, like narrative wise, and because it's a West March, I can just dip like in and out of different adventures and things like that, and it suits the character. And oh yeah, I watched the film If. I did it. I sat down and I watched it because Ryan Reynolds. Need I say more? I tried to get like his likeness. I don't think I really got. I feel like this one kind of does it. This one also kind of does it. But the man has grown a beard for the film. I don't really know how to make his face look like him with a beard. Yeah, I bleached my hair. And I was lamenting about the fact that my feet were stinky, because I always wait for my hair to get quite greasy so that it gets damaged less when I bleach my roots. Yeah, I was paranoid about the fact that I might have gotten bleach in my eye also because it was slightly spicy, but my vision has not changed, so I think I'm fine. Man, it's been like a week already. I felt like drawing myself because I felt all pretty and clean. Yeah, forever the artist and never the muse. I don't know. I always end up drawing like my friends and my surroundings quite a lot. You'll see it in like a lot of my sketchbooks. If there was like a industry person who came to visit who just happened to have like a nice face, they would just become my muse for that like session. And I don't know, I have made a lot of different pieces of things, and despite being surrounded by creatives, I don't feel like I've ever been perceived as a muse, which, I don't know, makes me a little bit sad, but at the same time, like, I'm kind of comfortable with the fact that I can see the beauty in other things. I don't know, I'm also kind of just comfortable because it means that I'm the one that gets to stop and see those moments, and it's like it's all mine, you know, it's nobody else's. And yeah, I thought, like, it might also kind of lead into the fact of why my webcomic is so much more personal, because it's me trying to find and make sense of my own life and sometimes romanticize certain things, like a more recent comic that I made like earlier this month, maybe last month, about like dandelion fuzz, I mean, because it's pretty, and you know, it's a little bit sad that the seasons are changing. Like I'm ending an entire era of my life pretty much within like the next few weeks, and I don't know, I'm kind of romanticizing it. I don't know, it's a bit of a tangent. I don't know, I thought because I'm doing like a mini sketchbook tour that I'd try and be a bit more in depth with it. Oh yeah, I've been watching a lot of the Game Grumps, specifically the Power Hours. Because, I don't know, they're silly, they goofy, and I used to watch them when I was a lot younger, and it's kind of wild that these just goofy little grown men are just such, like, a piece of nostalgia for me. I don't know, I thought it's kind of cool. Oh yeah, I was trying to reboot my PC, I was trying to figure out different things. This was still, like, before we knew what the actual issue was. Oh, we went to a little pub called the Three Horseshoes on, like, a random Saturday, just to kind of, like, go for, like, a Sunday roast. I didn't really have, like, a dinner because it's expensive, and I am broke. So I got some halloumi fries like I did last time, because we went for, like, a summer fair, like, a year ago. And I got a nice, fancy little, like, blood orange drink, which was real nice. I drew my friends. This is pretty much like throughout the day. We went to like the Three Horseshoes, and then we went back to my friend's place. We just played like a bunch of silly little games. It's so goofy. I loved it. Oh look, the sun has come back out, and now the shadows are really stark. Oh yeah, I continued doodling, and I was kind of thinking about my Mithras character again. So I need to figure out how they dress, and I'm kind of like, I don't know what I want to do with like everything, because I need to have like an armor situation kind of going on. It's very like, it's more feminine Kazuha from like Genshin Impact kind of outfit. But I was kind of thinking about like these trousers that have like a slit on the sides. Because it's, I don't know, it's pirates, it's gonna be warm, I'm thinking, so I'm kind of doing that. I don't know, I'm just thinking about it, I don't know. Oh yeah, and we played Mario Kart, and okay, right, fun fact, Itsumi, Mario, is not like what he says Itsumi, which is Super Mario. So Mario just goes around, because it's it's a Japanese game, and so Super Mario just runs around saying Super Mario, but because of a Western audience, we're like, it's me,
Mario.
I don't know. We're gonna ignore the fact that I did that voice. Okay, if you're a friend of mine, you should not be reading this because this is lovingly. I appreciate your support, but you can't. You're not meant to see this. But the rest of you can see this now. This is like a little. My brain is lagging. This is like a graduation gift because we're trying to get like each other something nice to be like, well done, you survived 3 years at this damn course. And I've kind of been collecting like what different people's favorite flowers are. One friend, his favorite flowers are hydrangea, another friend is wisteria, another is tulips, and we don't know what kind of flower this is, but this is the kind that she likes. So I'm trying to think. I'm trying to figure out how I can like do like a cute little composition. I'm thinking of either just doing everyone in their phone's picture with their favorite flower, or doing it so that it's like one big picture is like a monitor thing, or like one that like connects on like phones or some shit. I don't know, man. I'm trying to figure it out. I want something cute to give to them that is just like us. I don't know. Even like, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of something adorable because I don't really have the budget to go and buy people things. So I'm trying to think of something, you know, that's cheap. Okay, one of our friends got employed as a junior producer at the Animation Guys, and another one, it was her birthday. But because we're all like moving away and nobody's gonna be here for like I was gonna try and like make a cake and combine both of those things and write on it like happy employment early birth cake, but it didn't go as planned. Firstly, I was gonna make a red velvet, but then I was like, what if I made it purple? And with the writing, everything went wrong pretty much after I added like the cocoa powder, but it was not great. The fact that this cake survived is still wild. And the like the little like squeegee like pen that you have to write on the cake, it was gone off. So I had to just write the word cake in like chocolate buttons because that was the only workaround to have something written on the cake. It was a good cake, but it's dense cake. Yeah, and then our friends moved out of like their flat. There was like a big clean of where a lot of my friends live because they all kind of like live together. They all got a flat together like 2 years ago. So they were doing like a deep clean. I came there to be somewhat useful, but I mostly just sort of sat there for moral support. And everyone was like cleaning, and you can't see it because of the shadow. We're just slowly moving around the lighting. And I just think it's really pretty. I don't know, I'm really happy with this composition. I showed my friend this one and they were like, oh shit, I need to work on my posture. Which I think is really funny, but yeah, so they were cleaning. Oh yeah, one of my friends paused to like stand, sort of stood like, hey, can you just like paint me like a fairy? And so she got like her leg up and was holding like, what the fuck, I don't know, like bleach. It was funny, and all I could think of was the audio of, she was a fairy. I don't know, I thought it was funny. Partner cleaning. Yeah, it was thing. The smell of bleach was very potent. And then my friend Flutel like drew me because I was just sitting there in the corner. But yeah, I'm really happy with this one as well. I feel like I captured my friend quite good there. I drew them some more because we were all like chilling. We had dinner together. It was adorable. This is like a day after. I drew like my altar space. It's like right there. Ooh, whoa. I don't know, I just felt like drawing plants. Thought I'd fill it up. I'm gonna move over to the shade actually because I can't see shit. Then yeah, I was trying to figure out my plans. I'm in a state where pretty much everything is out of my control. Like it's been letting me like wallow a lot. I've been wallowing a lot and just trying to figure out, I mean, I've still got like a cold. Like this is why I sound the way that I do for this video. And I'm kind of just trying to figure out my next move because pretty much like the week after this video comes out, I don't live here anymore. Like my tenancy at this place ends on the 24th and I want to be gone by the 20th. The lighting is gone again because my phone cut out like a good little while ago. Anyway, I was in between this. I'm basically just doing like life planning and trying to figure out what all my options are, and yeah, and then this is like the final spread because I managed to make everything work. I was having a bit of a crisis because your new life is always going to cost you your old one, and that's just a little bit of a daunting concept. But I fixed my PC. We installed the incorrect Windows at first, so I had to try and figure out how to reinstall Windows 10 Professional because we accidentally installed Home, but my PC works with Professional, and I don't know. But I managed to figure it out, and yeah, and this is kind of like the end of it. I kind of like that doodle. I like sketching in like pen, and my friend gave me some highlighter, so I've got that, and yeah, that's pretty much been like the last 2 weeks of my life. Would you, because this is pretty much in the past like 2 weeks, I've done the same amount that I've done in like the last 2 months, because I started the sketchbook on the 1st of June. It's now the end of July, and I don't know, would you want more like casual ones of this? Because there's definitely going to be like a buffer period where I'm not, what's the word that I'm looking for? I'm not going to be able to use my PC because, you know, I'm trying to find places to live and everything. I'm debating kind of putting my stuff in like a storage unit or with my friend and kind of couch surfing / living in the wild for like a little bit. I don't know, I have an adventure sketchbook that I've had for a few years and I have never finished it because I've only been on one adventure, and I'm kind of looking at this as like an opportunity for that. I don't know, I'm trying to make good of bad situations because your new life is always going to cost you your old one. But yeah, let me know if you want more of these little sketchbook tours, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.